at the time, I was telling people like, no, my family, I was telling them like, no, like I don't want a quinceañera because, you know, X, Y, and Z. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So homegirl Rosie, you already know. And if you don't know, my name is Rosie, but I'd love to be your homegirl, your amiga, your friend. So you could just go ahead and call me homegirl Rosie. And today I'm going to be explaining to you why I didn't have a quinceañera. And if you are not familiar with a quinceañera is a tradition in the Latino, Latinx culture that young girls have when they turn 15 years old to acknowledge that they are going into like a womanhood. It's to celebrate them that they are leaving their childhood behind and they are growing into a young lady. And I am Mexican. I am 22 years old as of today, and I did not have a quinceañera. I know it could be shocking because if you know, like, you know that us Latinos, us Mexicans, we have quinceañeras like for every girl, and even guys be having quinceañeras. But I did not have one, and I'm going to be telling you why I did not have a quinceañera. So if you're interested in finding out why, go ahead and keep on watching. So the first reason why I didn't have a quinceañera was for financial reasons. I don't come from a rich family. I don't come from a family that's comfortable. I come from a very low income family that growing up, we didn't have new shoes. We didn't have the newest clothes. A lot of our clothes and shoes did come from hand-me-downs. We had friends that would give us our shoes, or we would buy them from Payless. We would buy them from the 99-cent store. I knew that my parents weren't the richest people. We were just getting by. And I didn't want to add that extra pressure of a quinceañera or of an extra expense that we didn't have to have. And the second reason why I didn't have a quinceañera was because at that time I was pretty tomboy. I was more like on the rocker side. I was more on like the not so girly side. So I was just figuring myself out. I was exploring myself. I was exploring my identities. I didn't know at the time. So a quinceañera to me seemed too much of a feminine thing. It seemed like a quinceañera had to happen to a girl, and I was very much anti-gender roles. And as I mentioned, I was tomboy, so I felt like that was too girly for me. So I knew that if I had a quinceañera, I'd have to wear like a dress. I'd have to wear like a bright dress and probably a pink dress, because as a child, I associated pink with girls, girly with pink. So growing up, I did not like pink. I didn't want to fall into the stereotypes of a girl. I didn't want to be too girly because I was tomboy. I was rockera, you know. The third reason why I did not have a quinceañera kind of ties down to the first reason, the financial reason. So the reason why I didn't have a quinceañera was because if I did have a quinceañera, I honestly wanted it in a salon. I wanted to go all out. At the time, I thought that a salon would look nicer compared to in our backyard or in someone's house. And I wanted to have it in a salon, but I never mentioned that to anyone. I never told my parents. I never told any uncles, any tias. I just kind of kept up to myself because I knew that a salon cuesta más. A salon is more money. It's more expensive. And you know, as a reason number one, we didn't come from a rich family, and I knew that was going to be an extra expense, and I didn't want to add that extra stress on them when it's not necessary. Because a quinceañera, it's not mandatory. We don't have to have a very like expensive or extravagant festival or like celebration. It could literally just be with your close ones, and it could just be a little like comida, you know, like some food and like your cake and a dress, and that's it. But at the time, as a 14-year-old girl, I wanted to have a horse, like, you know, like those carriages with the horse. That's what I wanted. I wanted it in a salon, and I knew that I couldn't have it. And the fourth reason why I did not have a quinceañera is because given all the other reasons that I mentioned, I disguised my true feelings through a phone. So at the time, the iPhone 6 was popping. If you guys remember, then you know. The iPhone 6 was like, okay, like, so I told my parents, I honestly don't remember how I told my parents, but I told them that I wanted an iPhone 6 instead of a quinceañera. But they took me serious, they took my word for it, and I got the iPhone 6. And okay, after, you know what, like 5-7 years, I still have the iPhone 6, which is great. Like, the materialistic thing has lasted, but now I realize that the materialistic things, they don't mean anything. Like, I don't even use this iPhone anymore. What means more now to me are the memories. And I know that if I had a quinceañera, I would have cherished those memories forever. So to wrap this video up, if you are 15 years old, if you are 14 years old, if you are 16 years old and your family is willing to do a quinceañera for you, I would say go for it. I would say take that opportunity and run. Don't tell them no because you think they can't afford it. Don't tell them no because you don't want to wear a dress. Don't tell them no because you can't have the quinceañera of your dreams. I would say take that opportunity because it only comes one time. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you have it in a salon. It doesn't matter if you have the best dress. What matters is that you have that special moment with your family and that you enjoy that day to the fullest, because one day you're not going to be 15 years old. One day you're not going to have that chance to experience this beautiful memory. Take it from me, someone that didn't have a quinceañera. I could never go back in time and have a quinceañera. Honestly, I wish maybe someone would have pressured me more into having a quinceañera. Sometimes I see people having quinceañeras or just random people post about their dress, their quince dress, and it kind of does make me a little like damn, like I really did miss out on having a quinceañera because I could never get those years back. So if you have that opportunity right now, go ahead and take it however it is. Do your quinceañera in your backyard. Do your quinceañera in your tío's house. Do it however you want with the circumstances that you are given. Now, if I had the mentality that I had right now when I was 15 years old, I would have done my quinceañera in my front yard because that's the only space that we had back then. I would also, believe it or not, I would also have loved to have a pink dress because back then I wasn't very like comfortable with my own self. I wasn't very comfortable with my own identities, but now I am. And now I realize that I love pink. I honestly, look, like, I love pink. My liga is pink, my rubber band is pink, my phone stand is pink. Like, I'm so in love with pink now, and I don't mind being girly because I know myself. I know that if I am girly, it doesn't define me. So I would say take that quinceañera however your parents can make it, because you will appreciate a quinceañera more than a new phone. You will appreciate it way more than a trip to, I don't know, a trip to like New York City or something, because New York City or a trip will always be there. A new phone will always be there, but a quinceañera is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I would say take advantage of the people around you that are willing to make this special day for you. Don't tell them no, because if they're asking you that si quieres una quinceañera, or if they're asking you, do you want a quinceañera, 10 out of 10, it's because they're willing to do it for you. And if you're worried about their financial situation, I would tell you don't, because they personally know their financial situation. So if they're asking you, it's because they're willing to take that extra, like, they're willing to take that extra financial situation on them just to make you happy. So if you have that opportunity, take it, because you're going to be happy. But not only that, you're going to make everyone else around you happy, because a quinceañera is a special day to celebrate you. And the people around you, they love you. And since they love you, they want to see you happy. They want to fulfill that joy in you. So yeah, guys, these are the reasons why I didn't have a quinceañera. And if I could go back in time, I would definitely have a quinceañera with whatever resources we could have, because now all I could do is just advise you. All I could do is maybe one day, if I do have a kid, a baby girl or a baby boy, I could make them a quinceañera. But even if I have, even if I help them have a quinceañera, I will never have it. So that's just life. You live and you learn. And I hope that maybe this changed your mind. And if you did have a quinceañera, let me know what color your dress was. Let me know how it went. I would so love to know. And if you could give any tips to someone who maybe is contemplating whether they want a quinceañera or not, leave them down below in the comments. So yeah, guys, with that being said, I'm going to close out this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment down below your experiences, your suggestions, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, bye.